these are the bushings of the gearbox. These black parts are here. What they do is they are the wear and tear part between the gearbox and the gear axles. So you have the bushings, and then you have the axle of the gear. So obviously as the gear is inside the bushing, it spins and it creates friction and it can wear these away. So why these are separate is that you can actually replace these. Plus, if you don't want to use the solid bushings, you can also get these ball bearing bushings. I actually prefer the solid ones. It is rare, but the bearings can fail. And when that happens, you have the tiny balls going in your gearbox and that can jam things and break more things. So I just prefer using the solid. The solid are stronger. The bearing ones are better, but I still just prefer the solid ones. So for version 2 gearboxes, there's 3 of them. There's 3 in the front and the matching 3 in the back. Now, not all bushings are the same size, so if you have to replace the bushings in your gearbox, measure these to see what size you need. The other point about this in a later video will be shimming. So while your gear is spinning in here, if your gears are off and they start doing like a wobbling pattern as they're spinning, they're gonna do an oblong wear pattern. And I've seen some guns that have been done really bad and they'll start ovaling out, and then you can't do anything with that because you have to replace the bushings. Sometimes it causes damage to the gearbox and the gears. The other point about the bushings is you don't want them to rotate, because if they start rotating in the gearbox, they're going to start wearing away the gearbox, and you run into that problem we talked about earlier, will start wearing away and then cause it to not be even. So what you can do is when you put these in, if you push them and they don't pop out, it's fine. If they pop out, what you can do is you clean them off, put a little bit of super glue in there, and stick them back in. So that way they don't rotate and all the wear is on the inside of the bushing and not on the inside of the gearbox. The other cool part about that is when you're working on the gun and taking it apart or putting it together, the bushings won't fall out where you're trying to reassemble or disassemble the gearbox. But yeah, that's really is all there is to it for bushings for gearboxes.